Hello guys, welcome to another one of our lessons. Today I would like to teach you on verbs and types of verbs. Objective of the video: by the end of this video you should be able to 1. Define a verb. 2. State types of verbs. 3. Give examples of each type of verb. So, what is a verb? A verb is a word in a sentence that describes an action or state of being. Actions can be physical actions, for example, sleep or slap, or mental actions like decide. State of being can be a condition, occurrence, or experience. State of being means how things are. Let's look at types of verbs. Verbs are categorized according to their functions in sentences. There are two major types of verbs. These categories are 1. Lexical or main verb. 2. Auxiliary or helping verb. Let's look at lexical verbs. Lexical verbs, also called main verbs, are verbs that tell us the physical or mental action which the subject is doing. Remember, the subject is the doer of an action in a sentence. A subject is either a noun or a pronoun. So, lexical verbs tell us the physical or mental action which the subject is doing. Types of lexical verbs. Lexical verbs can be grouped into 5 types. These are: A. Active verbs. B. Stative verbs. C. Transitive verbs. D. Intransitive verbs. E. Linking verbs. Let's explain them one after the other. A. Action verbs. Action verbs are verbs that show physical action. Examples: walk, play, kick, drink, eat, drive, tear, wash. These are actions that can be seen happening. B. Stative verbs. Stative verbs are verbs that tell mental concepts and state of being. State of being can be expressed by forms of helping verb be. The forms of helping verb be are am, is, are, and were. Mental concepts can be opinions. For example, believe, know, agree. Mental concepts can be emotions. For example, admire, hate, envy, love. Mental concepts can also be senses. For example, taste, smell, feel. Mental concepts can also be conditions. For example, include, cost, contain. those are the types, or those are the examples of stative verbs. Transitive verbs, that is C. The third among the lexical verbs is transitive verbs. A transitive verb is a verb that needs a direct object to receive the action in a sentence. A sentence is not complete if a transitive verb is not followed by an object. Example: John kicked the ball. In this sentence, kicked is the transitive verb. The ball is the direct object because it receives the action of the transitive verb kicked. D. Intransitive verb. An intransitive verb is a verb that doesn't require a direct object in a sentence. For example, Mary slept. The word slept is an intransitive verb because no object is receiving its action. E. Linking verbs. A linking verb is a verb that connects the subject of a sentence to a noun, a pronoun, or an adjective that describes it. Example: James is angry. In this sentence, the verb is links the subject James to the adjective angry. Another example: James became excited. In this sentence, the verb became links the subject James to the adjective excited. So that's about lexical verbs. Let's go to the second type of verb, auxiliary verb. An auxiliary verb, also called helping verb, is a verb that helps the lexical verb to convey the meaning, tense, or mood, or attitude of a sentence. There are two types of auxiliary verbs. A. Primary auxiliaries. B. Modal auxiliaries. Let's look at primary auxiliaries. There are three primary auxiliary verbs. These are the verb be, the verb have, and the verb do. The verb be has 8 forms: be, am, is, are, was, were, being, been. The verb have has 4 forms: have, has, had, having. The verb do has 5 forms: do, does, did, done, doing. Primary auxiliaries change with tense. That's why they have different forms. Let's look at the second type of auxiliaries, that is modal auxiliaries, B. Modal auxiliaries are verbs used along with the main verbs to express moods or attitudes like request of permission, show possibility, show ability, and show obligation. These verbs are can, may, must, shall, will, could, should, might, would, ought to, dare, need, and used to. Now let us summarize our today's lesson in this way. We said types of verbs. There are two: lexical verb, auxiliary verb. Under lexical, we have active, stative, transitive, intransitive, linking verbs. Under auxiliary, we have primary auxiliaries and modal auxiliaries. Points to note: primary auxiliaries can act as linking verbs. Another point, linking verbs can act as stative verbs. That's not all about verbs. Of course, we cannot talk about verbs and fail to mention tenses. Allow me to narrow this video to types of verbs only, and take my word that I will take care of tenses in my next video. Feel free to comment or ask questions, and don't forget to subscribe and like my video.